and then select the course. Which
Yeah,
should be,
save as a draft. Do I need to save as a draft? Yeah,
probably
no?
we did not look.
no, not yet.
Not yet. Yet. Not yet.
Yeah. So, have you changed the question to VCE instead of waste?
No, no, not yet. Just 1 second. VCE.
Yep. And then go to the next box that appears and allocate it to maths methods.
Yeah, just select a course. Yes, VCE.
Yep.
Just 1 second.
Then, up.
Yes. Well, yes,
Yep.
done.
Then I don't know what topic that would go into.
I did not notice
Yes,
questions. We will check. We will. We can do it now. Any
No.
Put it
and
into-
not to say.
Just you can see the question. Can you scroll down?
Just 1 second. I will have a look. Question once
Determine
again.
if each of the following express your answer.
No, we have to come back. I did not notice proper your question. It's okay. What we will do, we just go as a following procedure, and we would not save as a draft. After that, we will come back and check properly. I did not notice. Okay, and select topic just any. Just 1 second.
Anti-differentiation. Just call it anti-differentiation. That's fine.
Just 1 second, I will check, because just recently when I did one question couple of hours ago, I did not notice. You already changed. Very good. Application of anti-differentiation. Great. That will be much better questions. And yes, very good.
So if we call it question anti-differentiation and we put it under applications of anti-differentiation.
Yeah, just 1 second. We are just select the topic.
Yep, sure.
Any subtopic, yes. And now exam check, just to check everything is works. Just 1 second. It takes time. And now we choose exam 1 or exam 2. Okay.
Sorry.
You'll notice, and this is only for the maths courses, you'll notice that the WA topic, the WA exams use a term called calculator free and calculator assumed.
Yes.
And that basically works out to be the same as tech free and technology active, I think it is, isn't it?
Active.
Yeah. So they're basically the same. So if you see a calculator free one in WA, don't allocate it to a tech active question in Victoria.
Just 1 second.
If it's calculator assumed, don't put it in question in exam 1, or if it's
That's right.
Definitely. Yes.
Dion, while we are here, I know we ask this question. Select please first one.
Exam 1?
Yeah. What does it mean allocations? When we select, we are dealing with 4 marks questions, and allocations 4, 3, 5, 3, 11.
Yep. So when we set up the exam, every exam that that is produced will start with a 4-mark question, and then a 3-mark question, then a 5-mark question, and so on. It'll come from all different topics each time that we create one, but it will always be a 4-mark question to start the exam.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that is the order of the questions, the order that the questions come in.
Okay. Have you seen recent VC math method exams paper?
They already published on VCAA, and we can just check mark allocation for this year.
Okay. Yeah.
We will do it.
I haven't done that, but I think we ought to. Yes.
We can send it to you.
Yeah,
We will check
I can
marks.
get hold of it off the VCAA website. That's fine.
Yeah.
And we'll see how close it gets, and I'll make it's different. Okay. Well, we'll change this course so that it suits, so that replicates what happened in this year's exam.
From my memory, it looks like they created one question with 21 marks.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
And also,
Yes.
which mistake? They made some mistake
No.
in exam.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it?
Okay.
Let's call this exam section reference. We'll call it exam 1.
Exam 1.
And then we'll also allocate it to topic tests because it's a 4-mark question and it's a technology-free 4-mark question. It should fit into section A on the topic test structure. Yeah. So we can use it for that.
Okay, but it will be repeated question, yeah? Or
Yes.
it's all right?
No, they will reuse it for exams and for topics.
Topic, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you do an exam, it may appear in your exam or it might appear in your topic test, but you'll only ever see it once.
Yes.
Yeah, it won't come up again. So yes. Sorry.
Then while we are here in paragraph 6, okay, it's point 8 in your document. It says modify the content if required, but it's more belongs to edit existing questions.
Hang on one sec. I'll find the document.
Yeah, in the first part it's point 8.
Okay. Point 8. The modify the content?
Yeah, it should not belong to this part, yes?
Yes, so if so I'll just get my screen back up. So if you go into the top left-hand corner, you'll see 2 blue words, questions and parts.
Yes.
Yep. So if you click on question, it will show you the introduction to the question.
Yeah, I click and I wait.
Yeah, it won't change because it's already on that. But if you click on parts,
yes.
you'll see the first, it says question parts there. And then there's a question and an answer. And then just below it, there says answer image, and the next bit says marks.
Yes.
Okay, and there are 2 marks there. So that is in parts. That is the total of part A. And then if you scroll down, the next part will automatically be labelled part B by our system. And you'll see if you scroll down, that's worth 2 marks as well.
Yes, I see.
Now, if you want to make that a 6-mark question, just right down the bottom, you'll see add another item.
I will click now, but I would not confirm, just to see and to make sure that I understand properly.
Yeah, it's all right. We can't destroy this question. It's okay. So you've added another item.
Just a second.
And if you put the question, just type something into the question panel, just anything.
Just 1 second, yeah. I will second.
It's question.
Question image? No.
No, it's answer question and answer.
This one question, yes, this one.
Yes. Wow.
Question.
Then question.
Additional. Okay,
Yep.
and
then
next one.
Just put something into the answer panel as well.
Answer.
Okay. Then question while Helen is typing. If I want to add something, how can I add a formula to it?
Okay, so let's have a look at the, say, the answer panel. And you'll see the toolbar at the top of answer.
And virus editor, you see?
The virus editor, yeah. And it'll pop up. So if you click on that.
Yeah, I see. And you can type and after that insert here.
It's not enough.
Most likely, yes, because it's viruses.
Okay.
Do your people, when they enter all questions in your system, do they use virus or different images or?
Yeah. So if you let's say, so have you got go up to part B.
I cancel it here. Part B. Just 1 second. I can do it.
No, the answer there is x over 5 minus 3 over 5.
Yep.
Yep. Click on that.
That is image. Image from virus, yes?
Yeah, but if you just click on it, it comes out as a box.
Yes. We can correct, we can adjust, and after that, once again.
If you now, once you've got the box highlighted, once the box has appeared, if you then press the virus editor,
yes,
it should pop up with that formula already in the virus editor.
Yes.
And you can make the changes there if you wish.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. In this stage, I cancel. I don't change anything. Yes, now
yeah,
we see how we can.
Cancel, that's fine. And then, so if we went down in part C and we put in part C that it was worth 2 marks.
Where is part C?
Down, that's what you create.
Just 1 second.
It's marks.
Done. Okay, if I just click attach media, I just try. Browse. If that is from computer, I can add some media.
That's
very
right,
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I close it in this stage. I don't need, but I understand what it is.
Any type of media can be attached.
Most likely.
We try and keep it to what you'd see in an exam. We are getting to the point where we can upload little bits of video and things like that, but we don't see them in exams, so we're not using it.
Okay, but image-wise, everything, PNG, JPEG.
Yeah.
What I would do on this stage, I would not upload on your system any MP3, MP4, or any video files. Why? Because it will be very big system and it will be hard to support. What I would do in this stage, I will just add a link, external link, and you can point or keep just reference where is your video.
Okay. If we are talking about, we are creating a question for exam.
Yes. That's right. Yeah.
It's no point to put links.
In this stage, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
done.
but we're not. Okay. At some point, I imagine that the exams will go online, and they might use media in the exam. At that point, we can add it, but until then, we won't.
Okay. And marks, we can change marks here.
Yeah, change that to 2.
2. Done.
Yep. And then just press submit for review.
Can you change it 2.5, please?
2.5, no.
No, just for.
Okay.
I don't know if it does part mark.
We will try. Okay.
Give it a try.
Okay. And
probably it accepted.
do I need to add another item?
No.
No.
So go right down to the bottom
Yes,
and
just
submit
one.
for review.
Submit for review or save as a draft.
Save as a draft.
Save as a draft is fine.
And in this stage, what is difference when you save as a draft or submit for review? How you see it on your
Save as a
screen?
draft means that you're the only one that will see it.
A submit for review.
Submit for review then comes to my computer screen, and I can edit it and make sure. So basically what we do, if you were to make a question, we are going to assume that the maths is correct and that it's been checked, but it might not be formatted the way that we want it to present. So we would go through and make changes on the formatting side of things rather than the question itself.
All right. I save as a draft and I submit for review.
Yeah, submit it for review.
All right. What other questions?
Only numbers are allowed in marks. Okay.
It means we can just use whole numbers. We can't use decimals.
Okay, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. We did not save it means.
Now I come back and I get 2 marks instead of 2.5 and I change for 2 marks.
They don't want to make it 12.
Why? Just to check?
No. I was just.
And
save as a draft.
Save as a draft.
Just do it. Save as a draft and needs to review. Dion, is it the same if she save as a draft and after that click needs review?
Change to needs to review. Yes. Do I need it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because first time when we started, I always was wondering, what does it mean?
Okay.
And now I can see a screen where most likely you see the screen, and you can change to draft, change to published, and change to reject. That is what you do after checking all questions which you received.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So
probably the best thing to do is now go. I'll click on the question and I'll delete it for you. So we'll get rid of that completely. So if you want to delete a question, you just go back in, open the question up, press edit draft, go right down to the bottom, and then in the bottom right hand corner there's a delete.
Just 1 second. Can we try to do it?
Edit draft.
Just 1 second.
Edit draft.
Where is it?
Edit draft at the top. Edit draft.
Just 1 second. We have to step by step.
The best. So you're now editing the draft of that. Yep. So go down to the bottom, and you'll see a revision log message box.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Revision log message. Yes.
Yep. Maybe it has edited by Dion in there, I think.
Edited by me.
Yep. So just get rid of that message by deleting it, and then type in question needs deletion or question needs removing.
You don't have access to.
No, I can. You see? Okay. What would you like me to type? Question
needs deleting.
Needs deleted.
And this is the main form of communication between you and I when it comes to questions. You can write in there, didn't like that question, or the answer was wrong, or it looks stupid, or whatever you want to put in there.
Or sometimes we found too simple questions for VCE.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So write too simple for VCE, something like that,
Mhm.
and then I will come in and I might write something else, and that will go to your draft page.
Mhm. And now submit for review or save once again as a draft.
If you look to the right, you'll see delete.
Yes. Okay, but if I will delete, it will delete question which we created now. Yes.
Cloned.
That's right.
Or all question cloned.
It'll delete. It'll delete the Victorian question that we created.
All question. Yeah.
And
I will press delete and I delete right now.
and it was not necessary to change revision log because
No, but
No,
that's
it just
because we are
an
deleting.
example for you.
no, that is an example. You
Okay.
see, that is very good for messages. I did not know about it, and I would not be even try to do. I thought that is standard message.
Yes.
But
and
now
that's
we
not
can
editable-
use
not
it,
editable
and we
yet.
can use it, and we can communicate much easier. Now what I do,
That way we don't have to communicate on through email or anything about a specific question. So if it's for that question, write it on there, and then we keep. It'll record the log of the conversation that we have as the question evolves.
it's just great. It will make much easier, definitely. Okay, do you have more questions?
Okay. To be honest, I don't see a logic about communication in this way. If you are not happy with question, don't replicate it. If you are happy, replicate it.
No.
Yes,
System,
yeah.
it,
But it doesn't. It's not so bad. I suppose the communication really is between, say, for new questions. If you send Anatole, if you send us some questions like those 48 multiple choice, and we load it up, and we notice that there's a problem with it somehow, we'll load it up and we will write something in there that says, can you just check that it should be 4 over x instead of 4 over y? And then you check it and you go, yeah, it should be 4 over x, all good. And that's how we work.
Okay.
Usually work with those.
no, that is very good protocol of communication. It's very good.
Then, do I have the same access to the question as Helen?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'll check on that, but I'm pretty sure you do. Yeah.
Because I did not check it.
No, I haven't checked. But really, the best form of defense for us is for you not to delete questions. So if you don't want the question, just send it to me, and I will check it against where it sits in Western Australia and New South Wales and those curricula, and then I'll delete from wherever I need to delete it from.
And maybe use for different curriculum.
That's right, yeah.
For
if
Tasmania.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Okay,
Yep.
very
Okay.
good. And this stage, what I will do, I will delete right now, and we will delete now all VC question. Yeah, I understand.
No, the ones. So just delete that question.
Delete.
Just 1 second.
Delete.
My impression that you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
I can't. Sorry, no.
Still
I can't
not.
see yours.
It's okay. Yeah. But we can do this conversation like you can see my screen. Okay. Okay, I am back now to my account, and what I can see, my drafts.
No,
Yep.
needs review.
Needs review, we deleted already. Okay, my draft. I just see on my drafts. No. I have to choose curriculum. No. Needs review. I just try a couple of different options to make sure that it's clear for us.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can play around and see.
So if you look, if you hover over my workbench and the drop down tab, you'll see needs review.
Left, top left.
Bulk operation, no?
My workbench, top left.
My workbench, yeah.
If you go down to needs review,
Okay, needs review.
if you click on needs review, you'll see that there are no questions there.
Yes, I see. No,
So that means that anybody that's sent questions through, they've all been dealt with, and there's no outstanding issues at the moment in the system.
Okay. That is the best screen which you dream to see, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes there's pages of them. But the other thing I want you to have a little look at is if you go across to hover over revise reports.
Okay, just 1 second. Revise reports, yes.
If you go down to exam randomizer variance report.
Exam randomizer. Okay.
Just click on that.
Select course.
And select the course. Now you'll see all courses on this one, so not just the VCE ones, but if you scroll down to your course, Math Methods 8R Year 12, and then you select the topic of anti-differentiation.
Anti-differentiation, yes.
So you remember you sent through quite a lot of those questions to me the other day?
Yes.
Yep.
So select an exam type, select the full exam. And if you scroll down, it'll tell you how many questions are in the system for that. So you'll see all of the subtopics that we've created. And if you look at application of anti-differentiation, you'll see that we have in the system 1 4-mark question, 1 5-mark question, and 1 6-mark question.
4, 5, and 6. Just 1 second.
Yes, right. 4, 5, 6.
Yes, now it's everything correct. And Dion, and why it was before you change the system, when we done the same changes, it marks 6 marks were allocated to 11, 12, 16, and 21. It was.
Yeah.
We worked only with 4 marks questions.
Yes, we just worked with 4 marks questions.
Yeah, so that's because the WA question might have been, say, 7 marks, and you've put it went into, it was going into the technology active section. So that's where we were having that's where the little problem occurred, is that it wasn't differentiating between the technology active and the technology free sections. So now it lists them properly, and it'll go into the right section.
Was it fixed in your system?
Yeah, we fixed it now. Yeah.
Does it mean that you work directly with production area? You don't have some testing area when you test everything and after that put in production, or you do at the same time?
We do a lot of testing, but every time we test, we find something else that we hadn't thought of when it goes live.
Yeah.
And we have to go back and go through it and make little adjustments. So this has been really good, because the process that we've got was working perfectly in psychology, but psychology doesn't have 2 sections, one of where they use technology and they don't. So that that problem is only confined to maths. And so we're glad that we found it and we fixed it.
It's good. It's good. And who are your developers? What language do they use? What system do they use?
It's a Drupal system.
Drupal.
And I don't know what they use behind Drupal. They use another language behind that. I don't know what it is.
Is a big team involved in creating such a huge system?
Yeah, at times it's been up to 25 people working on it. At the moment, there's about 9.
Yes.
It's
Quite a large crew.
Yeah, very good, interesting system.
Maybe you noticed I'm from IT industry, and I told Helen it's huge system, and that at least 10-15 people created it.
Involved in designing and developing this.
Yeah. There's been quite a lot of people over the years. It's been, it's sort of up and down, and there are people. Sometimes it's a bit easier to get by with 3 people, and other times it's up to 25. Yeah.
It's front end and back end.
Yeah, and we're just going through a process of revamping the front end at the moment, which has got 4 people working on it.
But at least you will be able to populate it. Later on, when you will just populate it.
Yeah. So if you still got that screen up with the variance report?
Yes.
Okay. So if you look down the number required section,
just one
column
second.
of number required, that's basically how many of each mark allocation are required to fill 1 exam's worth. And as a guide, we use that number to fill each of the subtopics. So we feel generally if each of the numbers had turned green, then it's pretty much full.
Full, it means number of questions. Number of questions. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
really good.
you'll see that in the 4-mark application of anti-differentiation, there's 1 question in the system. It only requires 1 question to fill it, so it's gone green. It's full.
Yeah, I can see questions with 3 marks, but it's no 3 marks question in system.
The reason why there's no 3-mark questions there, because in WA there are no 3-mark questions, and so all of these questions that are in there at the moment are ones that I've replicated into there based on what Helen did the other day.
Okay.
So if you go maybe into what will be helpful for you, Helen, is if you go up and change the course from VCE Mathematics to WACE Maths Methods. And then maybe select the topic application of integration.
Full exam.
And do a full exam.
Okay, you see.
Okay, it's 4, 5. Let's start from.
See calculator 3, question mark 4.
How'd you go with that?
Calculator 3, question marks 4, number required 1, area 2. That is motion. Question 2 questions.
Subtopics, yeah.
So you'll see that there are 3 subtopics, and we require 1 question from each subtopic to fill our system. and you'll see that there are 2 in area and 2 in rectilinear motion.
Then what does it mean, total change? It's subtopic. Okay.
I don't know.
No, probably it's subtopic. Yeah. Okay. Area, motion, and the total change. Yeah. Probably it's subtopic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the subtopic. So you'll see that maybe down at calculator assumed 7-mark questions.
Calculator assumed 7-mark questions.
In rectilinear motion, we've actually got 9 questions in the system, way more than we need. So in some topics, some subtopics, we have many more questions than we need. Others, you can see, have still got 0 written on them. But as long as there's a reasonable spread across all of the subtopics, it should be good. Maybe change that to continuous random variables, that topic to continuous random variables.
Continuous random variables.
And this is the last topic in methods that we're completing at the moment before we release it. And you'll see that we have no questions in the system at the moment from proportions.
For confidence interval.
Or confidence intervals, that's right. So we're in the process of uploading those questions at the moment so that this topic fills out pretty well. I think the one that I think most of the other topics are pretty close to full. We don't have to have all of the squares green, as long as if you multiply the number required by the number of subtopics, you'll see in that continuous random variables, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 subtopics. And the 4-mark questions, there are only 1 required.
And you got 4, 5.
So all I need to see is 9 in total across there. If I add them up, it needs to add to 9. At the moment, there are 5.
It's here.
Just 1 second. 9 in total.
It's 7. For calculator 3, it's 6, 8.
Yeah.
Am I right? For calculator 3, it's 8.
There are 9 subtopics in that one.
Just 3, 6. Okay. 3, 6. Yes, 9.
Okay. And if you see number required, say for the 4-mark calculator 3,
it's 1.
Is 1. So that means in total I need 9 questions on that row.
But I have 10.
Dion.
4, 5.
Dion, что ты считаешь? Question marks number. It's not topic. Topic, confidence interval, confidence.
From here, yes?
Yes.
And including. I see 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
3, 6, 9.
And there are,
You see?
so far there are 5 questions on that row. So I'll probably put another 4 in, 1 from proportions, 1 from modelling, maybe 1 from mean, and 1 from confidence intervals, something like that. And so that when there are 9 there, then I know that's full.
Then just, I don't know, am I going to be involved in it, but let's say you have 9 subtopics. What do you consider it as a full? For example, if you will get 8 questions, is it full or not?
Yeah. It's, there is a number, and it's usually it'll be, yeah, 8. In this case, it'll be 7, but it's different for different topics, and that's based on how many subtopics you have and how many questions are required for the system. As you imagine, every topic test that we do in this topic will require questions from this topic only. But when we do exams, you don't always see a question from that topic. So you don't actually need, you might need some questions, but not all of the questions available.
Yes.
So it's a slightly more complex formula, but not much more. But this sort of back-end stuff is more for reference, for your interest, rather than a necessity for you. Just if you want to have a look at those things.
No, it's interesting.
Is there anything else that you would like to know? I'll tell you, actually, another one is, if you go back to revise reports again, hover over that.
Reports, yes.
And go down to question count report. Now, if you can either count the number of, show how many questions are in your system by course or by topic or by subtopic.
You see how that's good to see.
So let's put it on course and call it WACE math methods. And you'll see that in that maths methods course, we've got 11 questions in the system that are yet to be published. We've got 440 short text questions in there and 35 extended answer questions. So if we change that to topic and
up, down, up, yes, top.
Yeah, change course to topic, and then pick the topic, say application of integration. So you can see that in that topic alone, there are 8 unpublished questions and 89 published questions. That might, they're the sort of tools that you might like to look at if you starting to look at, as we start to get closer to filling the topic.
Then, what is unassigned subtopic questions? How they can appear in the system if they created specially to be assigned?
Yeah, they're in the system, and they're mostly accounting questions. So we've created a course called accounting, and we haven't assigned any topics or subtopics to that course yet.
Okay, now we are looking at math method, year 12, and the application of integration, and at the bottom I can see that unpublished and so on, heaps of.
So it basically, they're questions that, because the system recognizes a subtopic as being aligned to a topic which is aligned to a course, and it sort of works backwards through. If it doesn't have a subtopic assigned to it, it will always appear in that box. So even though it's in the accounting course, it still appears down on that bottom row.
Ah.
Yeah. because it hasn't got a subtopic to it. As soon as I create the subtopics in accounting, that will move. So almost every screen that you pull up will have the same 3, 36, 2 and 3 on it, regardless of the course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a look, maybe change the course to waste chemistry, you'll still see the same number. So
okay. It belongs to any topic. Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as I give them a subtopic, they'll disappear off that list.
Just out of curiosity, instead of subtopic, select instead of topics, select subtopics. No, it does not matter. It's still chemistry, and it's still the same. Yeah, it will be everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah, no, but it's better to clarify because because edit draft and new draft is huge difference. And yeah, now it's clear. Click replicate twice.
Yes. Last time when we clicked second time replicate, we was not able to see new draft. Yes.
Yeah. So the only thing that I just make clear again is that if you go into the content again, and you got the waste math methods 12s, hopefully they're up. If you open the question up and then you press edit first, that changes the WA question, and we don't want that to happen. So always press replicate first rather than edit first.
That is more set.
Yeah, once it's replicated, then press edit, and you can turn it into a Victorian question straight away without changing it, or you can make changes to it to suit your course, make it harder or whatever you need.
We can't just change marks. Yes? We can change. No, we can add marks, but we can't change allocated marks.
We can change.
The allocated marks, they only they're added up by the system based on what the sum of part A, B, C, and D are.
Basically, you can change.
So it'll automatically, if you take a 4-mark question and you add part C to it, it will automatically change it to a 6-mark question in our system.
And we can change 4 marks to 3 marks.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, just by changing 4 to 3 and getting rid of a mark. Yeah, definitely. So if you think if WA gives it 4 marks and you think that question's a good question but it's only worth 3, then yeah, change it to a 3-mark question.
Sometimes even it's easier, yes. Sometimes it's too simple for 4 marks, but if we change just marks, it will be.
Yeah.
We will see. Depends on question.
Yeah. So if it's a 4-mark question in WA, leave it as a 4-mark question in WA because that's what they've told us they want it to be, and then replicate it and make it 3 marks in Victoria.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, now it's much clearer everything.
Yeah. So as long as, I suppose the thing that, as long as you don't delete questions and you don't publish questions, we can fix nearly everything.
Yeah. We have to write, do not delete, do not publish. That is not our...
We don't have rights to publish.
Do we have right to publish? No, most likely no.
I'm not sure. I think...
No, we would not check. I would not check.
Yeah, I think it's only Dave and I that can publish them ultimately.
But from my account, I have this option, publish or not
Yeah.
publish. Yes, better.
That may be that you can publish.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't think you could, but maybe you can. But
Better not
what
to.
would, just leave the publishing to us.
Yes,
Just send it for review.
sure.
Yeah. And that way we'll know that the formatting's exactly right. It sits, you know, that the images are showing the way that we want them to, and that the text is, you know, set against the right, the correct, set in the correct way for our system. And really, it's more a case of making sure that it's standard across biology, chemistry, maths, English, and so on. So, is there any more questions? Hopefully that's a bit clearer.
I don't have any more questions.
Yes, everything is clear, and yeah, I don't have any questions at this stage. Yes, and
Good.
I just close many screens are open. Oops. Yeah, just on a second.
All right, fantastic.
All right, and thank you very much. Nice
you.
to see you.
Pleasure to get a lesson from you.
And yes, I recorded this session, and I will try. It will be 1 hour session. Yes, and I will send you, and you can reuse it. And yes, to actually send to other people as a guide, as a user guide.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Dion. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Indeed. See you.
See you.
Bye.
Say hello today. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, we'll do. Bye.
Bye bye.